Hey, in today's video, we're going to talk about how Domo can help you leverage your different multi-cloud investments. So to begin, I see that more and more organizations usually have a data structure that looks something like this, where they have investments in different cloud data warehouses, right? Maybe they use Snowflake as their primary warehouse, maybe BigQuery is the warehouse for marketing analytics, and maybe they have a Postgres warehouse for product analytics. So in this case, when you have data that's really disparate and segmented like this, it can be really hard to take full advantage of your cloud investment. And so what I'm going to show today is how you can leverage Domo using Domo's new cloud integration, right, to send data from one cloud data warehouse to another. So in this example, what we're going to do today is we're going to take data from our marketing data warehouse, which is BigQuery, and we're going to send it directly over to Snowflake, which is our cloud data warehouse for our data team. And so in this case, we're going to be leveraging the write Snowflake integration. And the end goal is that we don't have to write data to Domo. We can actually just take it directly from BigQuery and port it over to Snowflake. And then it can become a bronze or silver layer for our data team to use. So let's high level talk about what we're going to do here. So in this case, I'm here in my BigQuery instance, and I have this GA4 unnested data, which if I take a look at, let's just take a look at this real quick. Basically, it is data about my website traffic, and I've already done a little bit of prep where I've unnested some things, but basically it's one row equals an event that's happened in Google Analytics. And in this case, right, it resides in BigQuery, but I'd like to get it into Snowflake so that my data team can consume it better. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come back here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to default our warehouse to be Snowflake. So if I come here to admin and then cloud integrations, this is where I can default what my default storage location will be. So right now you can see that it's defaulted to Domo, and if I click this drop down, it'll then let me select any of the right integrations that I have set up. So in this case, I'm going to use this LEBot V88, and now basically what it's saying is, and so now what it's saying is that anytime I use a connector in Domo, it will default to sync to my Snowflake instance, right? So in this case, it's not going to duplicate data, it's just going to send it directly to Snowflake. And this is great because now what we can do is we can actually leverage the standard connector for BigQuery. So if I come in here and just type in BigQuery, we're going to be using the BigQuery service account connector. And in this case, I've already authenticated, but you would just need to generate a JSON key. Once you've done that, then it's going to say, hey, like, what would you like to pull in? And so for me, I always struggle with getting the right query. So I'm going to come back here and just copy exactly from over here, my BigQuery, and paste it in. So select star from my unnested, and we'll just limit 1,000 just to show you for an example. But now if I come back here, we're just going to set this to manually for a second. And so now it will be defaulted to my Snowflake account. So now I'll just give this an example name. We'll just say example GA4 unnested. And now we'll click save and run. And this will be just like a normal Domo connector, but in this case, it's going to send it over to Snowflake. And now that it's finished running, right, we can actually come back over to my Snowflake instance. And so I'm just going to come here to catalog and refresh it. And then coming into my Domo database, we can find that table is now added. So I think I called it temp. Yeah, I think I called it this guy right here. I just searched for it by the name. So in this case, I come here and then looking at the data preview, we now have our data in Snowflake. Awesome. And so now that the data is in Snowflake, my data team can start to use it, right? So in this case, they could use a cloud integration to bring it back into Domo. They could join it with other data outside of Domo and in Snowflake if they desire, or they could use Magic ETL pushdown to do pushdown SQL from Magic ETL into Snowflake, and the compute goes to Snowflake. So in this case, lots of ways to use this data. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're able to leverage all of your different cloud data warehouses and take full investment of your cloud infrastructure. So hope you found this helpful. Thanks.